does.
And where do you think this is going to leave race relations in South Africa? Do you think this moment, whatever happens in Washington when the presidents Ramaphosa and Trump meet tomorrow, do you think this moment will leave South Africans black and white more divided than before?
Well, it depends on how President Cyril Ramaphosa decides to handle this. If he's going to sugarcoat it and kiss the feet of Donald Trump, it's going to look very bad on a global scale. He needs to take grip and he needs to lead the South African people. And by doing so, he needs to be honest. He needs to be factual. Yes, we have a crime crisis. It affects farmers. It affects all South Africans. And we need to attack that. We don't need
Good old South African prepper here. So the video I just played you, shocking, eh? So we do know factually that Ramaphosa is unable to be truthful. We also know factually that he's not able to stick with the facts because the facts in South Africa are dire. And then lastly, I wouldn't take this young man's advice. I would actually kiss the feet of Donald Trump in order to try and save South Africa, because South Africa needs saving. South Africa needs to be better for our people, regardless of race and color. So I wouldn't go with this young man's advice at all. As I said, groomed and polished for the leftist media. Absolutely ridiculous. Today is D-Day. Watch out for the meeting between Cyril and Trump. It's going to be an interesting one. Please like, share and subscribe. And keep on watching.
We've been more divided. We are more divided than ever because Twitter and social media, people are spreading populist narratives rather than seeking truth. Because truth, this actually puts us in a flight or fight motion because we don't want unfamiliarity, right?
Something else you've said online is that unless the Afrikaner community is evolved and inclusive, it will become irrelevant. What do you mean by that? And what would a more evolved and inclusive Afrikaner community look like? Because like with any other group of people, it is not homogenous.
Yes, well, what I've meant with being inclusive as an Afrikaans people, when we look at what has happened in history, we've had mass segregation, we've had things like apartheid, we've had the world equate being Afrikaans to segregating people, to placing people in homelands and infertile land and so forth. We've created a narrative that people.
Okay, so that's the last bit of trash that I've decided to give to you for your entertainment. And I need to correct this young man. Firstly, why are we referring to apartheid after 55 years? Because effectively apartheid fell during the early 1990s, even before 1994. And then secondly, yes, guys, if you groom these little leftists, just please make it factual. Seeing that we like facts, some of the historic old homelands are some of the most fertile land in the country. If you talk about KwaZulu-Natal, you talk about certain parts of Limpopo and the Eastern Cape, homelands up until today. Some of the most fertile land in South Africa with the best rainfall that is unused. Facts, facts, facts. You know, if you want to train a lefty, just do it properly, please. Guys, like, share and subscribe, and God bless.